So, welcome everyone to another More Code live stream. With the enormous funding we secured the other day live on the More channel, we can finally work on some good stuff, like only virtualized macOS is good macOS, right? Of course, also, so yeah, working on Homebrew, right? Why do I do this? I actually need that right now. And before Apple called the lawyers, we specifically have a Mac Mini, not to mention all our museum pieces and the M1 Macs and stuff, but we have a dedicated Mac Mini for when we worked decades ago. We were even paid by some Silicon Valley virtualization companies that virtualized macOS. So not only did I continue to maintain the Qemu patches 15 years ago from Alexander from Graf, someone I know here from Germany, because as usual people do the patches and then move on, and I kept maintaining them. And so yeah, not new to that. Probably you've seen that previously, just like I'm sitting here doing some stuff and I was like, let's go live, right? That of course, so that is of course macOS, not the latest because Qemu KVM. So that is running right now on a virtual macOS Big Sur, but yeah, whatever, doesn't matter. Yeah, nothing like 4.3 gigahertz unknown, Ryzen 7950X. But for production, we move it to a Mac Mini or Mac Pro. We have some, or the DTK, I promise. Yeah, but virtualization is not the topic today. That is what Linus Tech Tips does. We do that for a long time. Our topic today is further improving Homebrew, because as usual, you install macOS and all the development tools are missing. So yeah, let's quickly, what's up with Python? Oh, by the way, do they still ship? Probably they don't ship Python, right? I know they ship some Python 2.7. Are they still? Oh, okay, this probably they removed it later. So I guess we want to install. So basically, I did this like 2 years ago, but I even made a video or poll, Homebrew, like making the best Linux distribution more public by supporting Homebrew on macOS. Genius move 2 years ago, but as usual, I emerge Subversion like once on my MacBook and then like, yeah, job done. For the most part. And so it's like 1 year later or another year later, yes, in retrospect, I probably should have the usual 90 or 80 and 20% thing. We did 80% of the work we did for building Homebrew with T2 Linux. Actually, it's not T2 Linux, right? The reason we are not called T2 Linux is we are T2 SDE software development environment because we also Homebrew on macOS and BSD and stuff, right? Just it's not as polished. It's like 1 year later, I check my own notes. Yeah, so whatever's up with Python. So which keyword layout do I use now? Was it not just working a second ago? Why did I plugged? That is bizarre. Yeah, Wayland is a desktop Linux. Did I mention it in yesterday's video? Quoting myself, desktop Linux requires stability and stuff. I only switched on my second display because I don't use it for energy saving and stuff. And then my auto hot plug replug stuff changes my keyboard layout. Anyway, whatever the case might be. So, also this is running on VNC, right? I'm live as usual. Crazy setup here. Welcome to my live and this channel. Live streaming from a Steam Deck. Fingers crossed the bloody AMD GPU video output stuff survives. This is running on a Ryzen 7950X, a Slater Mac Mini server. So this is VNC right now. This is keyboard layout. So, but when Apple's lawyers come, we move it to the Mac Mini, I promise. So, depths none, SCON. So yeah, whatever. Actually, I probably should read the freaking log. Do I even? By the way, do you want this larger? I probably want this larger, right? For what is the keyboard? Bigger is Matter Plus. So what? Oh, this even works. because yeah, VNC and also, by the way, fun fact, not only I need to clean the keyboard again because some crumb is stuck under the N key, I believe, again. But by the way, pro tip, this old Sun and similar Unix keyboards are, by the way, an ideal match for macOS because, as far as I remember, yeah, because they have Alt and they have basically Alt and Meta, Super, Hyper, whatever switched, right? So drives some people crazy, but it is exactly the layout that macOS is, ironically. Apple is, by the way, using. So, hydration is so freaking hot. It's global warming. Real feel TM 32 degrees in the freaking office. Yeah, it says smart, it's not even the coldest. So, what's going on here? var ADM log. So basically, so not only I need to quickly set up our new VM image, because we have some macOS workloads to push into virtualization, containerization and stuff, and improve our homebrew. What's going on with scons? Probably just Python, whatever, right? What's going on here? Python, running Python, setup, Python, yeah. It's probably not happy with Python 2, is it? Yeah, let's emerge Python and hope that fixes something. Python. And ironically, I'm totally aware, and that is the sad thing, right? Yesterday's video, what have all the big mega commercial mega Linux distribution ever done for Linux, right? Instead of like spending 20 million on forking an RPM-based Red Hat distribution again and again, like, hey, maybe shed some $500,000 on Qemu, $500,000 on, actually wait, 20 million, right? It's like they could pour 1 million. I should have. This makes me so angry, right? Like pour 1 million on Qemu KVM. Like who needs another RPM fork? Pour a million. Like give 20 million. You can basically significantly boost and fund 20 freaking projects. Actually, you know what? If you give those projects $500,000, which is already freaking lot of money, you can actually fund freaking 40 projects, right? But all they can do is fork another RPM-based distribution. So ironically, I'm very well aware that like improving macOS Homebrew with T2 could easily give us, I mean, there is Homebrew, right? But the point is, it's sharing the work, right? You do stuff once and you use the same metadata between T2 Linux and T2 macOS Homebrew. Why is it not moving? Hello, move. Oh, for whatever reason, it was a little stuck. Nah. I should have run this verbose, my usual mistake. So nothing like locally, so that is running here, right? Qemu, yeah, it's like a little bit load here, a little bit warming the office. I should do this in winter. One pro thing, one win-win, the recurring win-win. Actually, wait a second, why is this? All right, actually, maybe, okay, this is maybe updated. Probably I didn't run a subversion on this subversion app. People say they're very smart. Yeah, it's as easy as sharing, liking, and subscribing and watching all our channels. Okay, that's just some etc profile. So that is the homebrew stuff. We still need to improve T2 quirks. T2 is building with mostly thinking it's Linux distribution. Hello? All right, this doesn't. Python. Oh. Okay, this did not. I mean, I could basically. Maybe etc profile should exist. What does Python 3 here? Maybe it. Okay, you know what? Let's save some. I don't have the whole day. I need to hurry a little bit. My to-do is a little bit full today, as you can expect from announcing $20 million fund for improving T2 Linux. User, what am I even doing here? Let's symlink Python to Python. Where did I install? Alright, I installed that to user. Okay, now it rehashed to that. And let's see. So all I need is Subversion. Yes, I know. It's like, yeah. Number one reason for doing T2 Homebrew, still using Subversion. Yeah. Which is another I need to improve our Git mirror. Then I could use actually Git to check out that. But we have one more major thing to do. Where is our scons? Alright, scons we only need for Zerf. Yes, those are crazy dependencies, but it is what it is. I can't change it. So also, yeah, you don't need Apple Silicon. So just pour some Ryzen 7950X on it, and the stuff emerges in a snap. I wonder if that is faster than an M2 Studio whatever thing. So Subversion. So previously Subversion failed due to UTF-8 proc. And then I already built Zerf. So yeah, recurring theme, right? That is T2. Yes, that is T2. It triggers some people. It triggers Linux users. It triggers T2 fans. It triggers Apple. But it is what it is. What is that here? Enet SVN cannot change mode. Enet SVN serve. It doesn't find serve. Was explicitly, but an appropriate version wasn't found. Why not? Serve. Okay, it has a package. It actually has enablement here. Okay, let's see. Source Subversion. Alright, build a couple of those. Subversion. Mac Pro triggers me a little bit. Subversion. What's going on here? Serve user local. Why is this not finding its package config? Okay, it wants package config. Fair enough. So the point of this is to, not only I need it now, but also document it, right? So then we would need package config. What else did I build? So basically what I built the last hour. Var ADM. So now we have, yes, T2 text metadata of package stuff in macOS, right? That is the Homebrew experience here, var ADM. So I build API, so that is only for, right, so theoretically xset, but maybe in this order xset. Probably, did I build find? Yeah, and then core utils and find utils. Maybe those first, otherwise package. So that is basically, I did this years ago, but basically better documenting this. And so what's with tar? I believe I've not yet. So I'm still probably running with macOS tar. Yeah, I'm surprised it works so far. But probably we want to build a local one. So probably, in which order should, I should test on a new install, obviously. Like maybe something like that. And so for that to better work, because other people, obviously it will not be successful. Like if we want to take over the macOS Homebrew world for sharing all the package recipes and metadata, the stuff need to be easy, right? And so because we need to bootstrap some stuff, because macOS comes with obviously BSD inherited user space, which we use too many GNUisms. Yeah, guilty as charged here. Which is really hard to work around, right? And I mean, yeah, so the macOS bash is built without plugins, which Apple is phasing out bash anyway, and we need set standards, so yeah, and we don't want to rewrite all our SED stuff. So what this will do, we will have next a bootstrap script here, bootstrap sh or so, I guess. And this will build, so if you unpack the T2 sources, I mean, we still have to write it, right? Like maybe tonight or tomorrow, hopefully sooner than later. Share, like, and subscribe to support this effort. So this will first need to configure, make install this, maybe 4 packages manually. Of course, with some code. So, of course, with some variable here, and then we, of course, I deleted that, very smart. Okay, we have undo. The future is now. And then for those packages, so basically when we have the bootstrap the first, and so for this we will use the T2 metadata, right? So we will SED the T2 download stuff in the desk files and to like reuse the download URLs. So this should be just some 20 lines of configure, make install code. And then for this we can actually emerge those, right? As soon as we have bootstrapped this 4 maybe or so, then we can build the rest. Yeah, we need to do that later. So what did we wanted to build? No, I lost package config. So we can emerge that now. Deps none. Verbose package. Was it with dash? Oh, it was without dash. Yeah, and that is like certainly making life on macOS so much better, because the thing is, I've done macOS virtualization since probably whenever Alexander von Graf did this here in Germany. Someone who I then met and know from back in the days, met at Linux Talk or whatever. So basically I've done macOS virtualization probably like since macOS 10.6, 2006. Like one of the first to ever do that. And so I'm not new to this stuff, but I'm just not using it regularly, right? So even then I need to re-Google like what is with the App Store and stuff, like, because that is this Wallet Garden and vendor logged in, right? First of all, you need to quirk and YOLO and hack and our hard work protected by the sword, whatever, copyright, Apple computer, Inc. stuff. But then you fire up the App Store, right? With just the setup today, I mean, we even have it in production, right? But we have not the latest in production and stuff. Like on a Mac Mini, of course, Apple. And like I got my main primary Apple ID locked, right? You put it into like this cloud shit, right? You put it there in and it's like, yeah, your account is locked like you. Or then you can't, and then the stuff that even I need to Google, like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And then there's like, yeah, I need to unlock your account on some old iPhone or so, or whatever. It's like 15-year-old iPhone. But then it still doesn't work, and you need to boot with VGA, VMware as VGA instead of VirtIO VGA, because like then the App Store is more happy with some virtual Mac. It's like, poof. Yeah, I mean, obviously this kind of stuff, even I forget, right? Google this. Nah. It's like, that is the difference, right, between open source, open at the core and the hard T2 system development event, and a vendor locked in Wallet Garden like Red Hat, Oracle, or macOS, right, where you can't even download Xcode, right? And then when you click on this Big Sur or whatever I installed here, because it was still the most recommended for virtualization. Maybe I try the other one just for fun. Yeah, Big Sur. And even then, which it's not even that old, right? I mean, this is just whatever years old. This 3 years ago, whatever. Can't even, like, if you have a fresh account, you can't even load Xcode because it only offers the latest version. And then you can download the older version from your previous purchases. Like, anyway, so package config. Let's see if no subversion is happy, because all I wanted is subversion. It's like, yeah, vendor log and wallet guard. And that is a brave new world that people are so thrilled about, which I really hate, right? It's a good old graybeard yelling at clouds, computer scientists, like wondering what problem people have, and then people like Apple fans defending on forums, no, like with the upcoming potential EU laws of having to allow alternative app stores, and then people crying, Apple fans literally crying on Mac Rumors, please make it an option to disable, I don't want alternative app stores. It's like, dude, what is freaking wrong with you? Anyway, what's going on here? Appropriate version of Surf, so it still doesn't. What even? I really hate this package config syntax. Does even list all? Which keyboard layout do I have? Virtual German. Okay, that was very smart. All right, because okay, that is a pleasure to type on. Where is now my? There it is. Okay, now we probably have Unicode, or we have. It's hot. My defense list all. Where is? List all. It's the easiest list all. I should have tried it. Pro tip: just try the most obvious. Okay. I don't really see serve indeed. Also, like, so basically this is what we just emerged with T2, right? I mean, obviously macOS doesn't ship with any too much open source or any package config stuff. Or dm logs flist serve. What's going on here? Oh, this didn't even install much. Why not? Whatever. What's going on there? Oh, this didn't build. Maybe I built scons and then forgot about. What the heck? Probably I built scons and then forgot about surf. That is probably how this went. What's going on here? OpenSSL. Of course it doesn't ship with OpenSSL anymore. You know what? Emerge. So normally you would emerge with dependencies. Only problem is macOS has no T2 metadata naturally installed, so it would rebuild the world and everything, right? This is why maybe we actually need to fake some metadata, like if you bootstrap, like to populate some faked virtual metadata, just not to rebuild the world or stuff. But that is something for next week or so. OpenSSL, Surf, and Subversion. Somehow it only builds half of it. Why not Surf? Why did it not? Somehow our stuff is confused, not registering. This is error for some reason. Anyway, yeah, this is, by the way, how you make, how you combine work and hobby and your new open source foundation project by having a win-win and combining everything. Okay, this is somehow, hello, where is my focus? It looks like we somehow built for Linux. Let's open SSL. What's going on here? Why does it want Linux? I remember we for sure probably should disable extras that make stuff too verbose. Okay, we're building with the make. Where is the wherever the configuration is. Prefix dot tier. Why does it try to build for Linux? I mean, let's maybe quickly check, not that I have some stupid configuration mishap here. Ah, this is also wrong, by the way. I copied this, spoiler alert, I copied this from my M1. It's like, yeah, before Apple Fusels, I could run it from my M1 Max MacBook, right? So obviously why do I have here some working state? I copied my T2 sources from my ARM M1 Max MacBook, so yeah. But this is AX86, AMD64 Mac, so where's our kernel selection? Darwin, so that should work. Maybe we have something hard-coded for ARM. Where do we have Linux? Ah, here. Oh, okay, I see. This is indeed, and so that is a win-win, right? Of further yesterday's commitment, extra code investing 20, committing future. What is exact wording? Exact code. Not to say something wrong here. Future outlook, what was the legal term? Future-looking statement, promising eventually over the next years or decades to come. Yeah, win-win. Removing Linux systems from T2 SDE and further improving that. So basically, we probably want to check. So maybe we want to use what was the shortcut? This was the shortcut. Getting used to my VNC mapping here. Even on macOS, I need to source your profile. So users, me, sources, T2. OpenSSL, let's see. Do you even see that? Somewhat, right? Actually, you know what would have actually been much more clever? Can macOS merge all windows? Does it? Oh, it did that, but choosing the wrong one I wanted, but better than nothing. Can your GNOME terminal do that? No, well, let's... whatever, I guess. So, oops, how to even switch that? I usually don't use key bindings to Shift Meta 1. Okay, Shift Meta 1, and okay, that is my sway. That was very successful, thank you very much. Where is now my... Cool, now I moved my... Maybe I closed it with whatever freaking... Where is my OBS? No, there's my OBS. Ah, you know what? Did I move it here? Maybe I moved it here though. Whatever. So yeah, I probably shouldn't try this live on YouTube. So, which darn. Too many key bindings. Should I try this again? Shift Meta. Okay, fine. I need to click it. using your mouse, just like Steve Jobs wants it. Source, OpenSSL. So makefile targets Linux, or where do we have that? It's not the biggest. Okay, probably I've chosen the... Yeah, of course I've chosen the wrong. Where are the targets? Do they include something, or what even was the name of this stuff? LNX or no, Linux Elf? There are some config. Oh, these are Perl things. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Okay, I guess I don't even mess with it. I'm not checking for... Do they have Darwin x86-64? No. It's like configure, make install, right? Just with, I don't know what the OpenSSL people are smoking, but must be some good stuff. Configuration. I was like naming it configurations. That's like so Darwin, what do they have to offer? Darwin ARM 64. That's the only thing. That's all you have. Here's Darwin Common Law. Okay, I guess then... Oh, here's more Darwin. Okay, they have... Why did it not match previously? Okay, they actually do have that. Ah, darn. Keyboard bindings. What do we have here for target Linux Arch mesh? Oh wait, this is Spark. Where is our... maybe we don't even have ARM here. Okay, for ARM, so we need to have some strategy here to making this code maintainable. Because, like, this is already, I mean, it's not the worst, but obviously with all this quirky Linux stuff, we obviously don't want to match even more stuff in there. So maybe it makes sense to... Is this the right key binding? I hope so. We probably want to do this generically, like that. To set the target, so copy this here out of here to always... Oh wait, this is Linux. Shit. Okay, this was not very clever. Do they have some generic? Do they need? Okay, maybe this wouldn't even... yeah, this stuff is time consuming, right? You start stuff, then it doesn't work. Is it Darwin? What do they have to offer here? Darwin ARM? Do they have Darwin Common? Okay, they don't have generic here. Oh, this really sucks. So the thing is, it was even whatever Darwin was, but it's capital, that probably also doesn't work. How did that even work if we build... Darwin, how did this even build on the ARM Mac? Maybe we what was it? OpenSSL. I mean, we could use anything for today. Oh wait, what? Am I even here? We could actually hotfix that. What I usually try is the most minimal. I mean, and changing this here to actually can this changing this to our target, we would need to change all of those, so it's not really the most minimal. What a mess. Yeah, that is why, I mean, ironically, they still have a Darwin PowerPC, which theoretically we could support. That would be the most important, but... I mean, they have even... They have common. Does that work? I have no idea if you can just use it. Maybe better not to try. What do we do now? So that would be Darwin. I also call it Darwin 64 for stupid reasons. I'm pretty sure you're not getting... which keyboard layout? Here? Ah. You're not getting Darwin 64 from Apple's macOS proper. So what do we do? I mean, you know what? The most minimal change for today would maybe... just leave this as it doesn't hurt. It's not the super most pretty, but... What is our variable for that? Do we not have some? No, we only have kernel. Nah. Then let's use that for today. Should have one now. I always need to think shortly for macOS copy and paste. Because of course it is matter shift V, yeah, not to page paste with style. So arch target, so if that matches, yeah, lost in keyword mapping translations. I guess, and switch that again. And then we need a better strategy in the future, I would say. So this has very wide indentation for some reason. Should we? So basically we have, what is even our arch machine? Should be, because macOS treats that differently than arch. Is it even what Apple wants? Shit, so many questions. So then the target is whatever, I don't know. Pasted. This flashed, I guess this was just pasted wrong. Alright, don't need to use most of this. Darwin 60. What even did they use here? Frankenstein. I believe that should be that. ARM64. It's like, yeah, not like double 64, like Darwin 64, ARM64-CC. Let's see, ARM64-CC. What do you even write here? So theoretically there could be, what would that arch target be? Might be this. What is Apple using then, or OpenSSL is then? Where's the other Darwin stuff? What? Here's more stuff. So not doing PowerPC today, but we need this today. Okay, underscore. Yeah. Darwin 64. If you want to break someone typing this on an Apple ISO layout. Yeah, then any remaining x86 stuff, I guess that should work. Wait. If you were on that, and PowerPC, should we? What do we use for PowerPC? PowerPC? Do they support 64-bit? Okay, here they, of course, naming from hell. Here they have 80 in ARM and x86 they have 64 in the name, but here they have Darwin 64 PowerP. It's like you had one job. This, yeah, I mean, I look some seconds on there, multiple inconsistencies, but nah, it's probably fine. So Let's do it in reverse order. Also 64. Okay, let's use real tabs. And at least make some sense. That was PowerPC Darwin 64, and then Darwin, something like that. So let's probably give that a try. I need a new office in this globally warmed Berlin. This is too freaking hot here. Looks relatively okay-ish on a first glance. At least it does something. It's installing. So that's what you need a Ryzen for. Ryzen Epic Threadripping Ryzen macOS. So what was it then? Serve and Subversion, and maybe we are done then. Although I believe we need to force it. I didn't rebuild. Somehow it didn't register the error properly for some reason. That did work, yay. It's like, yeah, each time we invest some hours into the T2 system development environment, we of course improve stuff. And that is basically if you want to use one build, like a previous Linux distribution build system, to build other OSs, then of course you, with painstakingly detailed work, sweat and daily work and stuff, and day and night shifts and weekends, you need to factor out all of those Linux and GNUisms. And now we have Subversion and we can update. Couldn't perform atomic. Cool. This is not even our SQLite. This is even macOS's SQLite. I don't think we built SQLite yet. macOS. That is probably the amazing matching software and hardware and quality engineering Steve Jobs was always talking about. So let's SQLite that too. Nothing like having the latest version of SQLite. Slightly wonder why my finger hurt. Of course, this partially only occurs. I mean, not only this is maybe some generic macOS shipping, macOS versus Xcode, whatever stuff, but it also only occurs because we override dependency resolution, right? T2 would build all of the stuff itself. It's just like we tell it not to do dependency resolution because we just don't want to rebuild all of it. Like autoconf, like then we end up building autoconf, automake libtool, which yes, you might want to have that in your system if you do macOS Homebrew, if you're into macOS Homebrew. By the way, I should, I probably, what even is that key binding, right? If I position that slightly nicely, it would actually, why does this not, why is this resizing? Oh shit, this is so bloody old. Okay. Could look nicer, just that somehow, or can we revise this? Or can we, nah, Wayland, the future's Wayland can't. Probably I can't resize the window larger than, I think this usually, maybe some X window manager had the same issue, but why does it not do HTTPS now? Okay, now that works, but why does subversion build without... Boost loop could not detect. Since when does subversion need boost? Stage boost library, please specify. Couldn't detect. Didn't even ever realize. Maybe it's in Zerf. It must be in Zerf. Shouldn't it be? Did we build OpenS? No, we didn't. I don't think we built. How to find out now why it didn't build HTTPS backend. Here's something. What does it whine about? An appropriate version could not be found. Why did it build? Why did it build the rest of subversion? Did it not previously fail? Why did it not fail? I really hate if I configure stuff to use something and then it does not do what we ask it to do. Did it serve? Maybe we... Did we not look carefully for previous... No, it did build. What the heck? It also has a package config, or did we... How was it with lib64 on Darwin? Maybe we don't want lib64 on Darwin. My N, I have some crumb under the bloody membrane. I hate this. It's happened already. I can't really recommend this. Some keywords the most. Maybe some people like it, but I don't like membranes in general. And then somehow every other year with my excessive use, there is some crumb or hair. I think like the first time it happened, there was literally a bloody hair from me in the bloody membrane. Like one bloody hair stops the bloody membrane from working. So, yeah. I don't know. Is that? Could it be that? Right now, okay. Let's add that to the to-do. I don't remember if that did work. I could log into my. Do we have lib64 already on here? Not instantly. Maybe no lib64, but does that read profile D? Maybe I should grab for that and not manually scan it. But so libset standard, let's check. Why does some VNC hiccup here? Or what do we have there by APR? Okay, that is in lib. Maybe we better should have stuff in lib. How much other stuff do we have in lib64? maybe where is this code here? What did we got here? We probably want to override this somehow. Actually, what, maybe simply disabling multilib could solve that for now. Unless maybe this is how I hacked it. Okay, that is a little bit of a hack too. Ah, you know what? ARM didn't have multilib, probably. I think glibc and stuff on Linux does not even, or GCC. Yeah, GCC doesn't even support multilib on Linux. That is probably why this magically worked on. Win of another win of more stuff. So the thing is, we had that hard enabled here somewhere in config.in. Here, so we don't want to force multilib here. So, and that is also when I lightly, easily say 80% and 20% missing, or maybe even the last 20% are really annoying bits and pieces to figure and code. Let's see if this stays off. It should stay off. Let's... Oh, we don't have mine. Can we build mine? So that I can binary uninstall that. And yes, that is on the to-do to replace. We will not have mine forever. Ah, cool. This also doesn't download. Should we not have this on the R? Maybe. Mine. It's better. See if you can build it. Oh, I really hate this. You type fast and then macOS like, do you want to enable this shit? I'm like, nah, I don't want to enable this shit. Let's see if it builds. It might, actually, maybe we need dialog or something. Okay, I could also just ignore that we have some stuff in lib64 now. Actually, I could also simply delete user local lib64. Let's see if mine builds. Let's have some quick fun. Oh, it did not build. Maybe it needs declaration exit. Okay, you had me at this shit. Then not, then let's just rm-rfv user local lib64 and emerge open SSL serve, probably some more stuff, and then we soon call it a day. As usual, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, Patreon, GitHub sponsor, YouTube membership. It's like, macOS seldomly is that snappy. It's also running off of an RAID 0, like 2 PCIe 4 RAID 0, like 10 gigabyte per second or so storage, LVM, Linux LVM T2, high performance enterprise, great virtualization, storage area network. So then let's grab. So yeah, the annoying thing is we still have the old files in here now. So serve even SQLite, what RPR not for some reason. Okay, so right, because for APR we accidentally built this with the wrong architecture. But so what was it now? No, I forgot. Serve SQLite. What did we build here? Okay, SQLite and Subversion. Let's hope that gets that enabled. Happy to read that you're already subscribed since 4 years. That is amazing. I love such long-term friendships. Man, is it hot. Is there not a AccuWeather stuff? Rain was promised on... Oh darn, I have a... What time do we have? This time is off. What do we... okay. I missed something. Nothing like missing a conference call. Live on YouTube. They have lived, managed and survived without me. So let's maybe suspend that and list all. No, we have serve. Okay. Yeah, we found some more stuff, some more homework. Maybe we do the bootstrapping later tonight or so. We will see. But that's basically it. And if you want to have a snappy, upgradable, expandable and stuff, macOS, then Qemu KVM to the rescue, of course. Yeah, ARM virtualization would be nice. I wonder if someone has done that already. Although I believe the Ashai Linux people can boot. I didn't follow their stuff too closely and stuff, but I believe they can boot virtualized macOS in M1, N1 Mini bootloader and hypervisor playground, right? So yeah, there's fully, I guess, there's fully, actually maybe I should not have done that. Nothing like redoing stuff. Okay, this has some, maybe I should take a look at this stuff. What did we had here? So we had here this threads, or I had here this threads shared. No. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Yeah, pro tip, commit early and often, otherwise 2 years later you wonder what you had done there. Was it even that one? That happens if you use an Apple ISO keyboard. So mine was threads disabled and enable shared. I mean, it did. I mean, maybe we need that. Maybe enable shared doesn't work on macOS. Was it Python, right? Should test that more. So we had Python built, right? Oops, my bloody crump under the... Why did this yield so many? Alright. We have some course, we did run subversion update. Although that shouldn't really. Why does this? Why does this doesn't parse anymore? When you thought you're done. Yeah, the only constants change on regressions, even on our own stuff. Maybe this is... Did I install SED already? Probably did. Yeah, so much to your 90% there to release it to the wider audience and stuff breaks. Not sure, was it added in conflict? Let's probably revert that. I slightly wonder now. Because it's just an update and I hate this macOS terminal behavior of page up, down, home. Okay, this is just removing something for Qemu. Oh, this is also additionally. And then we hopefully shortly need to figure out. We basically can remove that. T2 should regenerate that. Why does this config stuff error out? There's also proc CPU info. Was it always there? Oh, I hate here under the N key. Literally on Unix systems, like forever you could, like on an Xterm, select middle mouse button. On macOS you need to press Matter, C, Shift, V. Amazing usability. Yeah, so what do we do with this config? Why does this not work? So how did I name this? Something with flex. No, 2007 is too old. Oh darn, I moved it. Did I move that somewhere? Where is my... Oh wait. Oh cool, now I have... Why is this in my first workspace? Oh, I really have 2 VNC running now. Ah, there I moved this, what I previously... what was even... I always forget how to close that. I need this so slowly. Sure. So, where would that be? Probably in config functions lower. How had I done that? I remember it wasn't the most pretty, maybe. Oh, here. Okay, here in string matching of... And why does it not work now? Somehow this didn't update. Maybe because now, okay, that explains this. Probably because I hit Control-C because the subversion wanted to do some, what I really also hate, completely usability disaster nightmare. Some new feature from the last decade that they do whatever, dependency, graph scanning, resolution, whatever, merge. Like that. Okay, but so it probably works then. It was just a partially updated subversion tray. Ah, cool. So generic x86. Is it still Darwin? Okay. Yeah, then I need to implement bootstrapping. Oh, there's also some Darwin ARM64 patch. What do we patch there? Need to concentrate to copy and paste. Okay, I believe that's... Or is it actually? I don't know. We patched that in there. Interesting. We can try to... You know what? We probably have an open SSL update. Can see if we still need these patches. One last thing in good old-fashioned Apple transition. One more thing. Let's check whether this patch is still needed. Yeah, and there's flog command not fault. Probably when we build, where is that even in? Some core utils. Util Linux. Can you install util Linux in macOS? Questions over questions. You know what? Let's try that. Let's feel lucky today. It's a freaking virtual machine, and we can just throw it away. Okay, so the patch apparently still may be required for crazy reasons, or it just applies with fuss, who knows. Okay, at least no instant action is required. Let's see what happens if we emerge Linux utils on macOS. Was it Linux? Util Linux. I mean, it may... no. This is exactly what happens if we... But why does it have... probably depths of... It might still build... although it includes mount, right? I wonder, does util Linux support building for GNU Herd? I have questions. I have so many questions. I'm probably following down the white rabbit down the rabbit hole. Actually, that reminds me, I probably should order... I don't have Alice in Wonderland at home. I just ordered, by the way, book tip I ordered just today. I posted it already some days ago in our Discord. But today I reordered David Pacman's kid's book of critical thinking. I probably have it in Discord. Just don't want to open I already leaked too many private things usually here. Just don't want to open my Amazon stuff. Which, by the way, ProTip can't recommend Amazon. Just, it's like you're not getting this book easily elsewhere. Where is our book club? Here's our book club. So David Peckman's Think Like a Detective, A Kid's Guide to Critical Thinking. Yeah, I probably should also know that I think about this. I need Alice in Wonderland for our 3-year-old. So what's going on with that? Nothing like one more thing live on this channel. One more book tip. Util Linux, what's going on? Why does it... Okay, we want to create lib for some reason, so it fails before even doing something. Util Linux, it probably shouldn't do that. So the good thing is, the one win-win of doing that is not only preparing for supporting slow Laris, SGI Arix, or Haiku, Dragonfly BSD, FreeBSD, NetBSD, removing Linux systems here, right? Do we have here an explicit MK? Actually, that is funny. It doesn't have an MKD here. Maybe our generic code does it with maybe prefix auto. So yeah, we need better support. It's like, yeah, there's so much stuff to do, right? You guessed it. Recurring subscribers noticed it already. There's always one more thing, and even if your to-do has already 373 entries, yeah, well, you will be at 2,000 entries in no time. So basically, so probably our generic code does mkdir. We need some generic support for just installing everything in user local for this homebrew stuff. Yeah. Is it user local? Oh, I need to clean. I need to clean this bloody keyboard. It is set. Why do I torture myself with this keyboard layout? Yeah, user local. Let's try this again. Yeah, some of this build also doesn't register build errors as build errors for some reason. Anyway, that's it for this video. Latest in a second. Okay, it does start to configure now. I literally do this the first time in my life. It's always a first time for everything. So far, so good. I have no idea if, because there's a mount and stuff in there, do they really have support? No, they don't. Something failed. Non-part selected for non-Linux system. Okay. Util Linux. Part. Do these? Here, enable partics. We can simply the angle brackets are alt graph compose key 4 and 5. It's Apple. I probably should make a poll. Do you change your, I mean, maybe I would be saner changing the keyboard. I've never tried that. Maybe I should have tried changing that from ISO Apple to ISO PC. Maybe that would take care of it. Maybe the reason I've not done this because then the Apple printed keyboard stuff for add and so on doesn't match anymore. Maybe like you torture yourself either like one way or another. And, so SDE config kernel equals Linux. So I guess actually maybe we want multiple. If we build for Linux, then this and this. What's more on here? Cross Python eject. Actually, you know what? Okay, we have crypts. Let's see what happens. By the way, I just saw disable hardware clock. Do we still need that? Util Linux. Maybe that is fixed in the meantime. Nothing like finding spurious old workarounds. RISC-V to Linux, and yeah, let's give it another try. Do we have a typo? Not instantly. So probably what's going on with 32-bit RISC-V was, hey, it built. So probably previously they didn't have some Linux kernel headers in order, which is probably why this hardware clock stuff failed. RISC-V, did we build the right thing? Yeah, RISC-V. Nothing, and that is the win when I'm talking about, like one nicely sorted central intelligence recipe repository of package metadata that you can reuse not only for the amazing T2 Linux, but also BSDs, Homebrew, and so on. Hardware clock excluding, oh, warning excluded for, okay, now it does that. Interesting. So, yeah, we removed it, but they excluded it now generically. Okay. Anyway, we probably can commit it. Util Linux removed manually disabling hardware. Util Linux hardware RISC-V 32 for whatever. Less random glue code, the better. So what's going on with that? It starts building and then fails with send file? No. Error. Procfs, this virtual file system switch. So yeah, probably needs more disablement. But it starts to build. Could potentially build for. Yeah. Anyway, that's it then for this video. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. I have subversions, so now I can do what I previously set off to do. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something. And if you appreciate not only the learning experience, but trying to support open source homebrew build systems and freaking amazing T2 Linux, then don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, Patreon, GitHub sponsorship or YouTube membership. I hope you enjoyed this and learned something, and have a good day or night, and I hope to see you soon for the next fun stuff to come. Hey, in 0 drop frames, amazing. Where's my mouse cursor?